Hello my beautiful breastfeeding mamas, welcome to the Simple Mommy Life channel. My name is Kayla and today I want to talk to you guys about different ways to increase your breast milk supply. So a couple of reasons why you may be seeing a decrease in your milk production that can actually be normal, that your milk production is lowered, is things such as your baby starting to sleep through the night, or if your baby is starting like solids and is getting introduced to other foods, therefore feeding less on your breasts, or if you are like supplementing with formula, whatever the case might be, whether you are a full-time breastfeeding mother or a full-time pumping mother or a mother that supplements with formula and breastfeeds, whatever your situation, the next few tips and ways to increase your breast milk is applicable whatever your situation. So the first way to increase your breast milk production is through pumping. So the way to go about doing this is finding a time during the day to devote to a full pumping session, whether that be 30 minutes or 45 minutes or however long it takes you to extract a full feed during the day or at nighttime. For example, when my daughter started to do her nights, I lost that overnight feeding, which affected my breast milk production. So one way that I try to give my breasts the demand so I can have the supply is by continuing to wake up at night, once a night, just me and my pump, and have that session. So some ways to tell if you are experiencing a lowered breast milk supply is if your baby is not producing enough wet and dirty diapers each day. A baby will generally wet and dirty about 6 to 8 diapers a day. So that can be a number one indication to whether you are experiencing a lower breast milk supply. Also, if your baby is not gaining weight, if your baby is also showing signs that they are dehydrated, and of course, if your baby is frustrated on the breast or when they're feeding, like they're not getting enough, and if they're cluster feeding. You can also try what is called power pumping. And power pumping, basically what it entails is pumping for 20 minutes and resting for 10 minutes, then going back on the pump for 10 more minutes, resting for 10 minutes, and once again back on the pump for 10 minutes, and you're finished. So for power pumping, you really need to find like an hour in the day where you can do that. And basically, it's a really quick way to almost trick your body to thinking that your baby is cluster feeding, just so like your body will, it will signal your body to produce more milk. And generally power pumping, like some women see results like the next day, but generally after 2 or 3 days of doing power pumping, you should see an increase in your breast milk. Another way to increase your breast milk production is through lactation teas. One tea that I found was actually very helpful for me personally was the traditional medicinals organic mother's milk tea. You can actually find this on Amazon or your local Walmart, and 2 boxes will round you around $10. And basically the ingredient that is good for lactation that you will find in this tea is fenugreek, and it's completely organic, and it'll just encourage, it'll give you that boost that you need in order for your milk supply to be increased. And another way that you can increase your breast milk production is through lactation cookies. And this one kind of goes hand in hand with the lactation teas. So you can actually find lactation cookies out there in the market that include or don't include fenugreek, which is the supplement that usually promotes breast milk. And also, you can make your own lactation cookies. There are a lot of recipes out there, and they're fairly easy to make, and that will just give your body the boost that it needs to feel healthy and feel good, to have that good milk supply. When I first discovered lactation cookies, it was actually on Pinterest. I was breastfeeding for, at the time, 3 months, and my daughter was starting to show me signs that my body was not producing enough milk. She was extremely fussy during feeds, and she was cluster feeding, which kind of gave me the indication that my body wasn't really keeping up with the demand. So after consuming 2 or 3 cookies in the morning, I would go on my pump, and I already saw a difference from pumping half an ounce to almost pumping 3 or 4 ounces. While we're talking about lactation cookies and foods, some really good ingredients to incorporate in your everyday diet that actually has been proven to increase your breast milk supply is oats. So, like, just having oatmeal, just adding oats in your cereal, things as well, such as flaxseed, chia seed, ginger, and brewer's yeast. I also found personally that putting my baby on my breast more and more frequently, even if she would only remove like a half an ounce of milk, or be on the breast for 5 minutes and then another 10 minutes, 20 minutes later, etc., really did tell my body to produce more milk. So, giving your body a larger demand is going to tell your body that it needs to produce more milk. And that in itself is a really important thing. Like, one of the best ways to increase your breast milk is just to feed your baby more. Next reason, and this is a big one, it's actually a very obvious one, and that is to drink a lot of water. A good rule of thumb is to drink they recommend breastfeeding mothers to drink at least 64 ounces of water, which is about 5 of these bad boys. And a good rule of thumb that at least I would try to implement is just replenishing my body, just keeping hydrated. So before and after I breastfed, I would drink water. Before I went to bed, after I woke up, anytime that I was exercising, moving, and I knew that my water intake was not at its highest, I would just drink water, even if I wasn't thirsty. Sometimes it can just be a question of your body being hydrated or not, and it can do a lot of wonders for your breasts and your breast milk production. As we know, breast milk is actually 90% water, like it's composed mainly of water. So if we are missing water in our body, if we're missing that element, then it's not going to be there for the breast milk. And finally, a last way to increase your breast milk is through supplements. So you can find out there in your local pharmacy what is called fenugreek vitamins. And that is a really good element to increase and promote women's breast milk. Fenugreek is not a medicine, it's more like a natural herb. And the one brand that I really like and I still use to this day is from Léo de Sélé. And basically, it comes in like a little kit, and it is 3 kinds of vitamins. So you have the fenugreek for the breast milk production. You have also milk thistle, which is like a good detox. I like it. I feel like it gives my body the boost that it needs. And also with that is a blessed thistle, which is like it's a type of flower that is also natural and has been proven to increase breast milk production. So just go to your local pharmacy, see if this is available, and this could actually make the difference in your breastfeeding. If you are an exclusively pumping mother and you are already pumping 6 or 8 times a day for your baby, just be sure that you are extracting all of your milk, that you're not pumping to like a certain amount, that really you're removing all of the milk that you have. And also just incorporating that extra pumping session could really make the difference for you. In any case, there are a lot of reasons why your body is not producing enough breast milk, whether they be external, like we had mentioned before, or internal, whatever the case might be. Your body is a wonderful thing that adapts. So there are ways to correct your breast milk supply without having to stop breastfeeding, or if you don't want to supplement with formula, without going that route. All right, so this is all that I have to share with you guys in terms of ways to increase your breast milk production. So if you like this video and you found this content helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to check out my channel. I have other videos on breastfeeding, like how to store and preserve breast milk, etc. So I would really love to see you all again. So don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell.